Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we have a small Scentsy club haul that features five, well not all five of them, but four of the five scents that are being released currently in holiday Scentsy bricks. For those of you who don't know what a brick is, really quickly, we'll get to this scent later in the video, but a brick is like the size of my head, but it's 5.5 bars equivalent of wax. Just to put it, compared to an actual Scentsy wax bar, this is a bar of wax, this is a brick of wax. You would not put like a whole cube of the brick into one warmer. That would be ridiculous. I mean, I guess you maybe could, but I feel like you would have overflow because each Scentsy cube in the brick form is probably more, at least, or equivalent to about 4 bars, or 4 cubes of a brick. What are these called? Bars. 4 of these would probably fit into one of these easily. Anyways, so these are available currently as like a special holiday limited time offer in a few select fragrances that we're gonna sniff through together. And then obviously we have our staples like this one that you can get in our Scentsy Club year round. So without further ado, let's dive into the 4 scents that we will sniff through really quick, and then we'll go through the rest of this adventurous box. So we have, let's start with our first one, and I have scent notes this time, so I won't just be like, I think this smells like pond water and soap scum, and it's like, I don't know, eucalyptus, who knows? I like eucalyptus. That's not what eucalyptus smells like to me. All right, so the first one we have is Crimson Berry Christmas. This one is described as comforting crimson berries, highlight the excitement of Christmas morning with a burst of sweet cinnamon that warms crisp snow apple. So this is a red wax, a deep red. And the first thing I get is a burst of berry followed by a sweet like bakery cinnamon. Now, for those of you who've been with my channel for a little while, most of you who have watched my videos know I'm not a particular fan of cinnamon. However, this is a sweet bakery cinnamon, and that is one of the exceptions to my cinnamon rule in general. I'm not a huge fan of like red hot cinnamon, so like our scent Cinnamon Bear, which is exclusively red hot cinnamon, that doesn't really do it for me. But a scent like this, that has like a sweet cinnamon, oh my gosh, wax, get out of the container. I'm gonna end up breaking this bar trying to smell the bottom of the wax. Ah, there we go. Here we go. All right. Oh yeah, so I definitely get berries. Ooh, okay, so this was one of those scents where I was almost gonna buy it in brick form, the big form, but the cinnamon note worried me because I didn't want to get stuck with a bar of like red hot fireball cinnamon. This is a sweet bakery cinnamon that you do smell. It is significantly in there, but the berry scent really carries this. And that is a burst of red berries. I don't know if it's not necessarily a tart berry, but it's also not overly sweet. It's a very like fruity red berry, but you definitely, it's a more fall winter scent. I think the crisp snow apple, as they describe it, there's like a kind of an apple-y, fruity tone to this, but there is that like watery crispness, I guess, an icy crispness to it. It's not a mint scent. There's no mint in here. But that like apple-y tone brings out and strengthens the berry note and kind of mutes the cinnamon and makes it more of a sweet cinnamon, which is really nice. I'm pleasantly surprised. I decided to get most of them in bar form first to try out before I commit to a giant brick for my stash, but I'm pleasantly surprised. So this one, along with the other ones, as we move on to the next one, this one gets my seal of approval. If you are on the wall about getting one of these new scents, but they sound intriguing, set up a Scentsy Club, order them in bar form. Then if you don't want to keep the club, you can always cancel it. But that way you're committing to a more manageable size. And then if you don't like the scent, you're not stuck with this giant pound of wax. All right, the next one is Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. Let me pull up our scent notes here, although I'm sure you could probably figure them out by the description. This is described as cozy up with a mug of hot chocolate as airy marshmallow and peppermint float above a rich layer of creamy cocoa. So this one intrigued me. It's a light green, like a mint color. Oh, and it smells good. You get the mint. It's a sweeter peppermint. You do get like the sweetness as well from the marshmallow. And you do get a cocoa note. It's not overly like chocolatey. So if you're not a super uber chocolate fan in fragrance form, you do go get that cocoa note to it, but you also get it mixed very, very well with the marshmallow and the mint. So it is a well blended tone. It smells like it'll be quite decent performer. Maybe not in your face performer, but mint scents in general tend to have a little bit of a stronger bump to them, so I wouldn't be surprised. But it's well balanced. Is this like our marshmallow mint fragrance? No. I mean, it has the mint and the marshmallow notes, but it's not the same. So, but it's along those veins. So if you liked our marshmallow mint, you'd probably like this. It also gives me like a nod to our peppermint dream scent that's coming back for Bring Back My Bar, but it's a very different sort of scent. Like that one to me is more like a chocolatey cupcake or like a thin mint sort of like Yorkshire patty sort of mint and chocolate. This is more like if you took our marshmallow mint scent and mixed it with Hug in a Mug, you'd get something along those veins. So it's kind of like those two scents kind of blended. It's really good on cold. And I'm not a huge chocolate person myself in terms of home fragrance. So if I'm liking this on cold, I'm thinking I'm going to really enjoy this on warm sniff. All right, the third one of the new releases is Salted Caramel Toffee. I couldn't remember what it was called. This one I am a little concerned about because I'm not a huge caramel person, at least in fragrance form. This is described as the sweet scent of salted caramel takes melted toffee and butterscotch to new levels of indulgence. Okay, all right. So I actually don't mind this. It is a caramel scent. So if you are not a caramel fan, you probably won't like this. However, there's a lot of buttery note to this because toffee is more of like a buttery note. There's butterscotch in here. So you get the caramel, the salted caramel for sure, but you get a whole lot of a butter note. So I would say that if you liked a scent like Stroopwafel Delight and don't mind caramel, this may be another scent to add to your repertoire of scents, if you will. I actually don't mind this as much as I thought I was going to. Now, as to whether or not I will like keep this or buy a brick of it, I'm not sure, but I will definitely give this a good go, and I'm pleasantly surprised on the scent of this bar. So that is, what is it? Salted Caramel Toffee. I forgot the name already. The other two scents that we have in brick form, we're going to go over one here together. It's Snow Kissed Cranberry. I did pick up a brick in this because I love this scent. This is in our regular fall winter catalog. It is a cranberry scent, as you might expect. But I believe, let's see what it says. Frozen pink cranberries trek through fresh fallen powder, white balsam, and glistening sugared woods. So this is like a sweeter, zingy, like almost effervescent cranberry scent. Even though it says balsam and sugared woods, it's not like a heavy woodsy scent. So if you're looking for something like very like woodsy, earthy, this isn't it. This is like a fresh, almost like a cranberry champagne kind of note to it. And it's delicious. You get that like bright frozen pink cranberry sort of smell. Oh, it's just so nice. This is a nice refreshing change from traditional cranberry scents that you'll get around this time of year, because a lot of them tend to be the tart deep red cranberry, or like the tart deep red cranberry and like a pine or a green tree note or a woodsy note, something sort of along the lines of our scents like Cranberry Garland or Very Merry Cranberry. Those are more on like the tart or deeper cranberry notes. This is more of that like refreshing snow sort of fresh scent plus fruity. And I love it. It is not a super strong powerhouse in my experience, but I really love this scent. So not every scent has to blow my socks off and like break down the neighbor's windows. Some of them can just be really enjoyable scents. So if you're looking for like a fruity, sort of fresh scent, but you still want it a little bit more along the lines of fall, winter, I really recommend trying Snow-Kissed Cranberry. The other one that I don't have a bar of because I've warmed through it a couple times and it's okay, but not one of my favorites, is Pretty in Plaid. This is described as juniper berries, jive with minty fresh wintergreen, festive pine, and bright cranberries. Now, from my recollection of warming it, I don't remember smelling a wintergreen mint. You definitely get a juniper berry vibe. You definitely get the festive pine note. Bright cranberries, if it's there, to me, it's very subtle. It's like a softer note. Mainly for me, I get juniper berries and festive pine. And it's a powerhouse. It's like 1 cube, maybe 2 will do you in a space. And it will relent. It will not relent all day. It will just be like in the room, filling the space. So if you want a strong powerhouse scent, Pretty in Plaid is definitely that. But from what I've gathered through different other people reviewing the scent and other consultants, it's a very love or hate scent. I don't really love it, but I don't really hate it either. I'm kind of the weird one in the middle, sort of like, it's okay, I would warm it, but I don't necessarily think it's my favorite green tree scent of them all, but I don't mind it. But if you really like it, this is your time to get it in a brick form. So those are all available. The bricks are $24 each for the big brick size, and then the bars are $6 each, but they are only available through Scentsy Club. So like I said earlier, I would recommend, if you're not sure about one of the scents before you commit to a giant brick of wax, get them in the smaller form in Scentsy Club, try them out, see what you think before you stock up. All right, so the rest of the Scentsy Club haul, we have some cotton cleanups. These are essentially big pads of cotton that you can use to clean up your warm wax while it's in the warmers if you want to switch them out. I don't use these all the time because I tend to wait until my warmers have cooled, and then I use our Scentsy spatulas to kind of scoop them out. But if I have, in a few cases, a scent that is just god-awful, or I'm just not feeling the vibe of it, these have been really handy so that I don't have to sit and wait for the wax to cool before removing it. All right, also in here, I picked up a bar of Perfect Peppermint. We have this in the cleaning bundle, and I think it's also in our sugar scrub right now. I did not expect myself to enjoy the scent as much as I did when I put the testers in. But it's all it is this peppermint. It's like, if you imagine like those hard candy peppermints, this is what it is. Maybe a little bit more fresh. It's not quite the candy note to it. It's more like a fresh peppermint. But it's just nice. It's clean. It's refreshing. If you want a fresh, clean scent for your home, but you want something that's not Clean Breeze or Clothesline or a laundry scent, and you want something a little bit more holiday spirited, try Perfect Peppermint. It's really just a nice, clean peppermint scent. Obviously, if you don't like peppermint, you probably won't appreciate this or want to worm it, but I really enjoyed that one. Next, I have a bar of Winterberry Apple Tea. This is, again, a lot of people love this scent. We have it in a Scentsy Soak, I believe, right now, and a sugar scrub, I want to say, in our holiday collection. And you get the tea note, you get the apples, and you get the berries. It's all there. It's a nice, cozy sort of home scent. So if you like something along the lines of like the welcome home sort of fragrances, but you're not really fond of like the heavily spiced components to those, because a lot of those scents tend to have like cinnamon and allspice and clove and other things on top of the homey scent. This is kind of like that, but more of a berry note, an apple note, and less spice, because it's tea rather than spices specifically. But this is just that really nice, comforting home scent, and I really enjoy it. It's not overly fruity, but it's fruity enough, and it's not overly spicy. It's just like that like tea sort of leaf kind of note. So that is Winterberry Apple Tea. 3 more bars in here. We have Cranberry Garland. This is like a deep tart cranberry and woodsy sort of like almost not kind of specifically green note, but you do get that woodsy kind of undertone vibe. So this is like a woodsy tart berry scent. So if you are not into a woodsy kind of vibe, this may not be your particular choice, but it is a great holiday scent, and I find that it's a nicer sort of variant on some of the other ones that you can find out in some of the retail stores out there. Oh yeah, you get the cranberry, but then you get like that slightly green but woody note. Also in here we have I'm Snow Over It. This is that weird scent that has like a million scent notes again that I can never remember. I think there's like cedar in here and whispering sage and some sort of, I want to say there's a mint of some sort in here and something else. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's like a kitchen sink in here, and I was not sure that I would like this when I saw the notes on sage, but I really enjoy the scent. It's a fresh, clean, slightly woodsy sort of scent. Definitely just an interesting combination. And I will say, I feel like this is one of our more unique scents that we have that you won't as easily be able to find a dupe in other brands. So for that reason, I like it, but also because it smells really good. So that's I'm Snow Over It. And then the final bar I have is from our Find Your Happy collection. This is the Sunrise with Friends. And this is like a driftwood, orange, citrusy, like slightly sea salty note. And it's delicious and it lasts all day. It's definitely more on the masculine, citrusy, woodsy sort of scent note side of things. So if you are not a fan of those notes, this may not be the scent for you. But I absolutely enjoy it, and I may actually pick up a couple extra bars. I will say, as far as the Find Your Happy Wax collection, it's still available, I think, the full 5 set. You can still add individual bars to your club. Some of them for me were hit and miss. I didn't try them all, but the five, what is it called? Something Pink Fireworks, whatever it was. First Kiss Fireworks. That one was an interesting scent, but for me, it was just such a dud in terms of performance. Like, you couldn't even really smell it over the warmer sticking your nose in, at least not in any of my warmers. And then the Showered with Flowers is another one I tried. I know this is not a review about the Find Your Happy Wax collection, but that one was also kind of just had a weird off note to me. But this one was a winner for me. And then finally, as you noticed earlier, I had a brick. I got a brick in Luna. This is a beautiful floral. I think it's one of the only florals that we technically have in our catalog. And I love this scent. It's just so fresh and clean, and it's not an overwhelming floral. I actually find that I love this scent in our laundry line far more than I expected to. It just, for whatever reason, it works wonders as a laundry sort of scent as well, even though it's not really a laundry scent. So if you've not tried out Luna, this is one of our definitely best sellers, and for good reason. All right, and that is all for this little mini Scentsy haul. I hope this helped you out. Let me know if you've tried any of the new holiday bricks that they released or in bar form, and what you thought about them, or if any of them sound interesting. And as always, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.